So I really wanted a pickup and I really needed a project. So
Okay, so I needed a project, so this is the S10 I bought. Some spare parts. There's one of the missing tires. Transmission. This is a very rare S10. Very few are made. In fact, it's the rarest S10 ever made. It has some rust. Wheels are locked up. Interior looks dirty. Needs to be cleaned up. Bench seat. But what makes this rare is right here. This is the first electric S10 attempted by Chevy in '97. Now, there's no motor, wires, and transmission. That's it. A lot of wires in the transmission. And now this truck has been sitting here about 25 years, sitting right here, but it has something I can use. It has a motor. So I'm going to take this motor out and clean it up. Here it is. So commutator needs to be cleaned up. The brushes are solid rust. I freed them up with oil, cleaned them up, clean up the commutator. I'm going to take that plate off and I'm going to put on this plate because this is the original for that S10 that Chevy built. Okay, so here's the motor installed to the transmission using that original Chevy plate. Painted it, cleaned the brushes, polished the commutator. Everything's nice and clean. Runs good. I'm able to take it around the yard now with the 12-volt battery, move it different locations. Over there, underneath that big tarp, is a lift that I can put this truck on and bring it up and do work from underneath. So here's the truck pulled out of the hole, cleaned up somewhat. Now I found out that this is not a '97 S10. It's actually a '94 Soul Electric, it's called, I think. So they put those hinges on there for that back to open up. That's done by the converter or whoever did it originally. But what they did do is they built these real nice battery cases. They're made out of solid aluminum, really heavy duty, and they don't go below the rear end. They stay above the rear end, but just above. They're about 14 inches deep, which makes these, 4 inches set low, which I think is going to be good for the center of gravity. What I got here is 60 cells, about 210 volts, about 38K kilowatt. And all the rust that was in here, I used Cora-Seal. First I cleaned it up a little bit, used Cora-Seal, and then sprayed it. And it came out pretty good. Did it everywhere, under the wheel wells. Still have to do it underneath the truck when I get it up on the lift. So it's got Kragers on it, and the rims are in pretty good condition. Actually, I think these tires are actually worth more, just the rims, than I paid for this truck before I started working on it. And it's good I found all of them, just 4, so that worked out pretty good.